Hey everybody, Carrie Bowman here, professional certified life coach, and I wanted to check in today on something near and dear to my heart because I understand so much more about the subject from my own personal experience with it, and that is judgment. You know, we hear about judgment all day long and how much we judge other people and people judge us, and it comes down to this feeling of there's all this judgment going on all the time. And I used to judge the hell out of everybody and everything, whether I was driving down the road and it was how people were driving or how people were acting at work or just anything and everything, friends, family. I had a lot of judgment there, and I didn't realize something really profound about judgment that I want to share today, and that was my judgment, just like your judgment, is all about you. And when I first heard that, I was really offended because I wanted my judgment to be all about you and all about everyone else. And what I came to learn from some incredibly wise coaches and teachers was that everything I don't accept and that I don't love inside myself, I project, like vomit, out into the world. And then what happens is then I then attack those things or judge those things in other people. And that's basically just the dynamic of the human psyche, that whatever we don't want to look at in ourselves, we seek out in other people and then judge it in them. And it's much more comfortable for us to attack it in other people than to look inside ourselves. So the biggest thing I want you to know is to allow your mind open for just a moment to believe this. And what's wonderful about all of this, because self-awareness truly is just incredible, is that when you go out into the world, whether it's how someone's driving or your spouse or a coworker at work or a boss, when you begin to feel that judgment of this is lousy about this person or they're doing it wrong or whatever it is, I want you to just pause for a minute and just ask yourself, is there a slight possibility that there's something in the behavior that I'm seeing that I don't like that I have inside myself? We can never be aware of something else in another person that we don't have an awareness of in ourselves. So again, everything that happens, and I say this a lot, everything that you see around you is always just a big fat mirror for yourself. All of your relationships, everything that goes on in your life is always a big mirror for you. So again, a lot of the things I bring to the table can be really hard and really challenging because they can make us really uncomfortable, because basically what I'm saying again and again and again in a lot of these lives is that you're the problem. And I didn't want to be the problem. I wanted you to be the problem. Because if you were the problem, then it was a lot easier for me to sit there on my butt and point at you and say if she was doing it differently or if he was doing it differently, then I would be better. I'd feel better. My life would be better. But the problem is that I don't have any control over you or him or her. And so if I'm sitting around waiting for him or her or you to act differently so I can be okay, well, then I'm screwed. Because what if you or him or her don't ever change? So what I began to see with this whole self-awareness piece was, although it could be a little in my face because I was the problem, I could also be the solution. And there's a huge amount of freedom that if I'm not waiting around for other people, if it's not really other people that are doing it wrong, where all my judgment comes from, but it's things inside of me that need to change, well, that's uncomfortable because then boom, it's on me. And so when I first started this work, I didn't like it because it was always on me. And I didn't want it on me. I wanted it on you. But I was told numerous times by people that I trusted that it was always about me. And so it's just like judgment. The things that you can't stand about other people are the things that you can't stand about you. And these things aren't inherently bad. I'm not a proponent of bad, good, black, white, hot, cold, none of this dualistic thinking. Nothing is bad inside of you. There are things that need to have some light shed on it that need to be examined. So a great exercise with judgment, if you really want to get free from judgment, it's not about being more compassionate or loving towards other people. That's a byproduct of what will happen with this work. It's about you going inside and being more compassionate towards yourself and really looking at, what am I judging about the people around me? So take that information and go inside and start looking at yourself. What are the pieces, the fragments of yourself that desperately need to be examined and accepted? What do you not like about you? I promise you that's what you're judging in other people. So today, allow this to be a door that you can walk through. Again, none of this stuff is bad. These are pieces and parts in you that need to be looked at And if you can begin to look at these pieces and begin to love yourself, dear God, we all need to love ourselves more, then that judgment will begin to decrease that you're feeling towards other people. Because again, it's all just a mirror. So go out today and use that mirror. Look at that mirror and start to get clear on the work in you, what needs to be loved inside of you, what you need to pay attention to in you. It always all comes back to you. So if you have any questions, feel free to comment or post. Feel free to let me know what you're thinking, what you're feeling. And you guys have a good day. All right, take care.